kind of odd that I don't see any of the other villagers walking around, though.
It's fine, it's fine. They didn't want to draw them in.
Yeah, it
Don't
might
call
have
them out
been.
like this. Wait, wait. Okay, go ahead.
That's the cold opening. Hi, guys. Welcome back to 4 Pixels. Coco is here, and I'm starting the second case of Ace Attorney Justice for All. And as always, we have a mostly new crew today. Adva was in the first case of this game. It just turned out that way when I was considering, cast who would go well together. And then I have my co-host with me. Imagine having the other pixels in the series.
Wow. Gasp.
Liga.
Also, also, I'm the victim in this case, since I'm clearly dead.
Yeah. Alright, let's go around with reunion and turnabout. That was no accident. I'm just reading this since we aren't supposed to know who they are just yet. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Any?
So yeah, I told Coco this, but I probably won't be doing much voice work. I'll just read it. I finally get to see you again, and
It, it's not your fault. You didn't do it.
no, I did it. I killed that person.
It's always Maya.
It's always Maya.
But that wasn't you.
It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me.
I can't believe something like this happened. The events of that gloomy, rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind.
Episode 2 Reunion and Turnabout.
Dun dun dun.
June 16th, 3:34 p.m. Right & Co. Law Offices.
Ugh, but depressing rain. Do you understand how depressed that makes me? Do you? I guess. But actually, more than being depressed, I'm angry. Angry at that weather girl on TV. I think it's gonna be a little rainy spell. We'll take a break with this day of sun. Is what that girl said. I'd stake my life on it. I have no idea if I actually read that line right.
It's fine, it's fine.
We can't
Like-
rate it at 4 pixels.
His sprite bugs me so much. The way he's always like constantly pushing up his glass like they're falling, and I'm just like, ugh, how can you live like that?
Sticks, man.
It's just an excuse to constantly give us the finger.
Yeah.
True.
Well, it's the weather. But that's why I didn't bother to bring an umbrella today. What nerve, calling herself a weather girl. She's going to hear about my $1,500 suit. I wasn't able to purchase it today because I was so busy worried about the rain. Um, so about your case, unless you're planning on suing the weather girl? Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that before we got down to business to defeat the Huns, we could have some friendly chatter. My name is Dr. Turner Gray. I'm a surgeon. Remind me never to end up under his knife. I'm here today because of this incident. Malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. 14 inpatients lose their lives. Oh, you're the doctor at... It's really quite upsetting. Did you hear me? Upsetting! Yes, I heard you. I agree, it's quite upsetting. The one that screwed up was that nurse. It was her that got the medications mixed up and killed those 14 patients. And yet, now listen good, and yet, that nurse had the nerve to go and die before admitting her wrongdoing. She didn't even offer any sort of explanation to me. And this is the kicker. She up and has herself a grand old accident and crashes her car. She dead. Smash, crunch, instantly transforming her car into an accordion model. That's right. About a year ago, all the tabloid shows were talking about it. 14 victims of medical malpractice in the nurse's mysterious fatal accident. There were rumors that Dr. Gray had actually caused that crash. People said it was to forever hide the person responsible for the malpractice incident. Yeah, why would I? Now, I'm just gonna say this once. Why on earth would I want to kill that nurse that potentially could hide the evidence? She's the one who killed those 14 patients, not me. And based only on that assumption, obviously I never would have killed her. I think you need to take a deep breath, Doctor, and focus. More to the point, this case is over a year old. Why bring it up now? That's simple, because the situation is slipping out of my grasp. This just won't do. My clinic isn't seeing nearly as many patients nowadays. I couldn't even kill 14 patients if I wanted to. Do you understand what that means? It means they're not coming to my clinic. You don't say. If it were me, I don't think I'd want to go either. So, what would you like me to do about it? I want you to help me prove I'm innocent. You do realize I'm a lawyer, not a private investigator, right?
Even though you're always investigating illegally for every single case.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, For what it's worth, Apollo gets the same curse.
All defense attorneys get the same curse
Yeah, all defense attorneys are actually just private investigators
in disguise.
who get badges. No, this is something only you can do. Maya Fey, you know this girl, correct?
No.
I've never heard of her.
Maya, why would he know her name? I heard you were working under her for a little while. Wink wonk? Well, yes, I mean, hey, wait a second here. I worked under her? Yes, am I wrong? She told me, so I'm not quite sure if, well, we worked a few trials together. But she went back to her hometown to undergo more training. Ah, yes, I heard. It must be lonely for you. What? Wait, I'm not... She must be an extraordinary girl to handle such a rigid training. I have an acquaintance who knows a lot about these mystical sorts of things. She's the one who introduced me to Ms. Fey. Is Maya really that famous? And I've already set up an appointment. I'm not sure why I'm coming to you. For what? What else? A channeling. I'm gonna have her call the spirit of the nurse that went and got herself killed. Oh. Good for you. Maya, I wonder what she's up to right now.
We, the women of the Fae family, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
That's what she told me. I guess she's learned to accept her responsibilities and become an adult.
Nope.
When are you doing that, Phoenix?
My name is on the building. I'm an adult.
I'm pretty sure it still says Faye. Nah. It would cost some money to change that. Money that Phoenix does not have.
The Fae was carved into the sign, he just painted over it. Not counting training, this will be her first time channeling a spirit. So she gave me one condition before accepting my request. Condition? The condition is you, Mr. Wright. She said that she wouldn't do the channeling without first seeing you again. Me? She still working that ship angle?
Nah, she's totally on the Edgeworth Phoenix ship. Come on.
And that is why I've searched you out. You want to see her too, don't you? And so, that is how I ended up visiting Maya's hometown with the doctor.
The doctor.
Doctor.
June 19th, 1:25 p.m., Kurain village.
I like it. Good robot voice.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Kurain Village, Maya's hometown.
Ah!
Why,
What? Hi.
hello there. Hmm, what an odd little girl. She didn't say anything, so I'm still talking to myself.
Pretty sure it's Maya.
Hey, what up, Pearly?
Hmm? Someone else is coming this way.
Okay.
Maya, are you okay?
Maya, how are you? Are you sick? Good to see you again.
Wow, I didn't think you'd really show up.
It's not that big a deal. You made it sound like you were so far away. Turns out you were just leaning back from the mic.
Well, maybe I exaggerated. Just a little.
It was only 2 hours by train. If I had known you were this close, I'd have visited more.
No, you're not allowed. I already decided, you know? Until I became an adult, I had to work hard and be strong by myself.
Oh. Well. Anywho's, congratulations. I'm glad to hear your training is going well for you.
Hehe.
Looks like you've finally become a full-fledged medium, taking on your first job.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be this soon.
But this case, do you know the messy story behind it?
Ha ha ha! Behold the power of the Mad Intelligence Network. Let's see. 14 people died because of malpractice on Dr. Gray's part, right? And I'm the next. And to pin the blame on the nurse, he killed her in what appeared to be a car accident.
So what is this Maya Intelligence Network anyway?
The tabloids?
That's what I thought.
I'm just pulling your leg, Nick. What really happened is the exact opposite. I heard all about it from Dr. Gray.
Hmm.
Oh, come on, Nick.
Huh?
I wouldn't take a crazy killer as a client. That... That's too scary, even for me.
Yeah, that's... Sure. We'll go with that. So this is your hometown, huh, Maya?
Yep. Kurain Village. But I've heard people call this place Medium Valley too.
Interesting. So everyone that lives here is a spirit medium?
Pretty much. Most of my ancestors were too, I think.
That's probably true since the Fae ability to communicate with the dead is so strong.
Actually, only the women of this village are mediums.
So what do the men do?
They usually work someplace outside the village.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about that girl I saw earlier. Do you know her?
Oh, you mean Pearly?
Pearly?
Per... I can English. Pearl Faye. She's my cousin.
That's a lie. No one can English.
True. No one can read, no one can English.
Aw. But it's
Isn't she adorable? Just like yours truly.
Cousin. Wait, that means... Is she also a...
Yep, she's a medium too. Pearls are real genius when it comes to channeling.
I see. I hope I didn't scare her when I tried to talk to her earlier.
Nah, it's not you. My aunt drilled it into her head that if a suspicious-looking person tries to talk to you, run away.
Suspicious looking? Why that... It's probably fair.
Well, you're not wearing training clothes for starters.
Of course not.
Pearl is my aunt's most valued treasure, so she's not allowed to go outside of town. She doesn't know much about the world outside of Kurain village.
Aunt?
Pearl's mother is my aunt, though. Come on, Nick. Well, Nick, I've got to get going. It's about time for the channeling to start.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing the channeling in my house, so come on in, okay? After I'm done, we can grill up some juicy burgers.
Alright. Good luck, Maya.
Thanks!
Well, at least she's still the same perky Maya. It's an old-style phone booth. I can't say it fits in with this area too well. My cell phone doesn't get reception up here, so who knows? I may need it later. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
An old bus stop. It says Kurain Village on the signpost. The buses seem incredibly inconvenient since they only come 3 times a day. A giant rock that seems to be reaching for the sky. Reach for the sky. Origins are written on a beat-up old sign. It looks like this giant rock is called the Kurain Boulder. There's a really complex explanation written here, but long story short, it's a big stone for spirits to live in, or something like that. Rustic thatch-roofed houses where the other villagers live line the street. They're nowhere near as large or as nice as the manor in front of me. It's kind of odd that I don't see any of the other villagers walking around, though.
It's fine, it's fine. They didn't want to draw them in.
Yeah.
Don't call them out like this.
Biggest, most elegant buildings I can see from here. This is Fey Manor, the place Maya calls home. It's easy to be overwhelmed by its presence.
June 19th, Fey Manor, meditation room.
Oh, Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you showed. Some nice weather we're having today. Aren't you happy? No, not at all. Stupid weather girl made the wrong call again. It will rain cats and dogs today, she said with a straight face.
How dare she?
Can't believe they allow such misguided reports on the public airwaves. That's what you get for trusting a straight face.
Wow.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh.
Looks like talking about the weather with this guy is just asking for punishment. But anyway, this is a splendid manor. No argument there. It's hard to believe that this is Maya's house, though. I was given a guide map to this building. Here, Mr. Wright, I have a copy for you too. Add it to the evidence.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Farewell.
The worst thing is it was in their online game too, which eventually shut down. I think it shut down 2 years ago. It's sad, because that game was actually kind of fun. That's an understatement, Monica. Waifu, you're missing quality content. Well, maybe not from the game, but from us. Oh wait, Persona was Atlas. I failed as a Persona fan. I mean, yeah. You missed Coco pooping on stream. Are you gonna poop again?
Maybe.
Looking at the box. I would hope that you poop again, eventually. Because it's not good if you're not pooping. I just want to be like a doctor's diagnosis now is walks in the room. Are you pooping?
I'm not doctor. Save me.
Well, we got things to fix that. Let me get you pooping again.
This has been a quality stream. Hi, guys.
This is a shitty stream. I don't know what you're talking about. It's full of poop.